Hello and welcome back, my dear friends, to Kerbal Space Program Career Mode. And as you can see here, wrong contract. As you can see here, today's mission goal is Ike and a little bit further, well, landing on Ike and returning from Ike with that vessel. And then, of course, as you can see in the contract down below that, science and plant a flag and all the other lovely things from Duna. So today's plan is we will go and build a rocket which will be able to land on land on Ike and Duna and return. So first of all, we're going to upgrade the launch pad, as you guys just saw there. So we have unlimited amounts, unlimited weight and height and width, so that we can kind of let our creativity flow and build something pretty big, pretty interesting, and have a look at things, how they really work out. So first of all, here's an MK1 land again, and that's it, we're done. No, just kidding. No. So from now on, well, I will, in I think 1 or 2 minutes, I will cut myself out here, and then you guys will just have a nice music track in between while I activate the time warp a little bit faster. Well, at the moment there is no time warp, so to get things more or less done more quickly. And I can't really sit there for 5 minutes and talk how I'm building, because it's pretty boring and you guys have eyes on your own. So that's first of all one of the things. But I do think it is pretty interesting to watch me build this craft, because it was a really not that much challenging, but well, a little bit challenging of course, but I mean the thought process and the way I built things was pretty decent, I think. And how I went about kind of all the problems we have at this load here without having enough Kerbals, not having how's it called, probe controls, and so on and so forth. So here we have our lovely time warp, and it's 4 times regular speed, I think 4 or 5 times, not quite sure about that. And the thing I also want to kind of quickly already do some sort of disclaimer type of thing. You can see Kerbal Engineer Redux at the top. Yes, I'm using it. However, I'm only using it, or will be using it, only in the VAB. Afterwards, it will be turned off. So for you guys, it is everything possible in stock KSP. There's one more note before I kind of go here. I'd like to say is I will be using a 12 of the DLC, no, a little bit more, 14 of the DLC parts. You could go out, you can do the same craft without them, but you just have to figure out that out on your own, because they were mainly boosters and a few structural panels. So, and on this note, I'd say enjoy the music and have fun watching. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed the song and maybe have learned one thing or two how I built the craft. And now I'd say let's jump right into the launch part. We have daylight and ready to launch. Disabling the UI in just a second. Cancelling all the unimportant things there that I used for planning our maneuver node. So when to launch, because transfer windows. And now get ready to embrace the beauty of this craft. Big boosters, good big stage, screenshot there. I'm always pretty amused how I do all those screenshots. Yeah, afterwards during the editing process. Anyways, now guys, let's go. Today I actually decided to go through the launch in a slightly a bit, slower fashion actually. So usually I'm just pretty much time warping it 4 times or so, and we're done. We're done with the launch. This time I decided because of multiple reasons. First of all, it is really stable, surprisingly stable, this craft. So I have no issues steering. And on the other hand, a little bit later on, you'll see the booster separation, which is also really beautiful. I really do like those Soviet boosters. They really do look good. They also have built-in separatrons, thus they won't explode when they crash into your own craft. So win-win situation, I guess. Look good, are safe, have fuel, slap below them engines, and be done. That's just great, really good. And now I just realized there were more than 12 parts actually from the DLC, all the boosters and the engines there. Anyways, now the booster separation is boosters are gone, explosions, but we don't really care about those. Now we're just heading into the slightly time accelerated mode. So because now it's pretty monotone, we are doing the same thing, we're just burning with the big engine, which is not that interesting, I think. Yeah, that's the reason there. Soon we'll be coming up for fairing separation there, and yeah. So I think now, since it is something I'd say obvious going on screen, you can see here, usually I'm using Kerbal Engineer Redux to see our hyperapsis height, and now for, well, not demonstration purposes, but I really am not using the mod, so this is possible to do without mods. Anyways, back to the point. Okay, there we have also lost a solar panel. I mean, with the fairing crashed into one of the solar panels, and then who cares actually? Not that big of a deal. Anyways, continuing there on, again, the second or even this third time we're already interrupting myself. Anyways, the thing is, since there is not that much going on screen, I'd like to, I know what I'd like to do. I'd say, yeah, the Discord channel, I'd like to do a quick notice on the Discord channel, which is a really nice thing actually. I do like the Discord channel we have there. Still a small community, but a few people are pretty active actually, which is surprising. I'm not really that active on Discord when I'm in other channels, except of course my YouTube channel. Apart from that, hey, oh, by the way, you can, I'd be glad if you joined. There you can have discussions with me, other people, and also decide or request different videos which I might do, like the SFS review video, which was also requested from the Discord channel, but though I said that in the video as well. Anyways, I do have one request for modding at the moment, and I'll be doing this actually. So if you see the video, or if you're watching the video, I'll do your request with modding. How the most important mods for KSP, I will do that. However, it will take a while because I actually decided to combine those multiple things. So a new series with mods and the modding tutorial. I will just combine both in one way. Anyways, that's that thing. And the second request, there was something according to SFS, so at the moment not planning on doing SFS. Anyways, now we you guys saw there, we jumped now into fast forward mode 4 times. We probably doubled or even doubled at least time acceleration there, and we are now planning maneuver nodes, executing maneuver nodes, and I decided to go in 2 burns because, as you saw during the circularization, those 4 nuclear engines, even though they are 4, don't have really that good thrust to weight ratio, despite being 4, as I said, and it took a while to burn those few things. Now jumping through the interplanetary journey to our correction burns right to the edge of this sphere of influence of Duna. Now just bring ourselves a little bit closer so that we have at least some sort of air resistance to increase our drag, and thus we can also use very efficiently, well, not really efficiently, but save a few meters per second of delta V by using the atmosphere of Duna to slow ourselves down. That was actually, well, at this point I had a few concerns about the solar panels, but in the end, well, who cares about a few solar panels? If they get destroyed, we're gonna dump the stage sooner or later anyways. So now we're burning our, waiting a little bit and then burning again. So burning our fuel here to capture ourselves into a orbit or something along those lines around Duna, so that we can start our missions. There you go. Yeah, that's, well, really stupid thing there. Anyways, so as you guys probably noticed, or at least probably thought about, we have 2 different landers stacked on top of each other. One is for Duna, the one with the parachutes, and the bigger one, just generally speaking, and the science base, and the smaller one for Ike. And there you go, the separation of this, of our transfer stage. So and because, well, there's some special reason why we arranged them this way, because the contract said you have to return a vessel from Ike, and this made things a lot more complicated, because I thought, let's just rendezvous, throw the thing from Ike away, and then go to Duna, and then bye bye. However, now we have to do it the other way, and we have to use the vessel for Ike on a return trip, because Ike's vessel has a lot lower thrust to weight ratio. We have to go for something which a little bit more power for Duna. So bringing all those excess mass and weight down to Egg is pretty useless, and rendezvousing is a big problem. Well, it's not really a problem, but the thing is, I don't really want to use the big Mark III like the 1-3 cockpit, even though we would have more space in there. We would need to build our lander a lot bigger, and a bigger lander means we need also, well, first of all, we need a bigger Duna lander. Then we would need a big, just a same size more or less, maybe a little bit smaller Ike lander, and then we'd need a bigger launch craft, a bigger transfer stage, and so on and so forth. This goes on and on and on. In the end, we would just we wouldn't have enough either cash. Well, it wouldn't. The rocket was now around 160 grand, but now imagine strapping on a bunch of boosters and so on and so forth, we'd go above the 200,000 region. That's pretty expensive actually at this stage, and we maybe we wouldn't have enough thrust, enough engines, enough fuel, enough, just generally the tech tree wasn't that, or is not yet that good. Yeah, there are still a few things we have to kind of consider there. So and by the way, if you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm gonna do a 2-part series out of this mission. So I said it is I can do an X science mission, well, extreme, but then decided let's go for science. Yeah. And so the first part, as you guys can see, is arriving at Duna and landing on Duna. The next part, which will follow up shortly, will be something else. Well, I don't know what yet. No, just kidding. Of course, Ike and return, and of course Duna take off, and so on and so forth. But you guys will see that once it comes out, and don't really think about that at the moment. Okay, I think that's more or less it to kind of talk about our things here and concerning planning and so on and so forth. I think we should return to our footage, which is really interesting. Don't you guys agree? We're now descending towards Duna finally. Well, after this multiple orbits around there, aero braking and so on and so forth. Now coming in down parachutes deployed, doing some signs on the way down. Now that we are in low, I'm flying in low on Duna. God damn it! I always want to say Kerbin, but it's Duna. God damn it, Duna. Yeah, and we got the upper signs already in our last on our flyby, where we gathered it. Anyways, now coming close to touchdown. The parachute's doing a great job. However, we do have the engine, and there we have a beautiful touchdown. First try, everything going perfect. Yeah. Okay, and by the way, you might have noticed there's a dish which wasn't which I added after the building process, because I decided, you know, maybe we could use this one as a relay satellite at some point without really, yeah, just threw one or two pieces like that in there. Anyways, now doing signs, gathering signs, walking around on the surface, jumping around on the surface, flying around on the surface. Thanks to Duna's low gravity, we still can use our EVA jetpack to pretty efficiently. I mean, we can use it to fly around, and I think this is pretty important for us, since our Kerbals do want to get back into the craft. Well, in other words, Jeopardy wants to get back into his craft, because he is not really, or he will not really be satisfied just jumping around on Duna. He will want more. He's a greedy green Kerbal. Anyways, gathering signs. Well, I got the signs from flying above Kerbin. Now just gathering the other few things there. So, I mean, since we had to first gather the signs, then we'll go back into the craft before we could use those experiments again and collect the new signs as well. Okay, good. Oh, I'm starting to get tired a little bit then. Surface sample, EVA report, everything's pretty much done now. Planting our flag, which is which is very necessary and really good. And on this note, thanks very much for watching. Spaceship signing out.